Hey guys, Bink here with Bink's Corvair Addiction. Well, I should be finishing up that 61 there, but I am going to be putting a winch on this trailer here. I have been needing that winch for a while now. I have an electric Warren winch, 110 volt. So I've been bringing long extension cords and hooking it up. It only will pull the car 3/4 of the way up, if that, and then I block the back wheels and shorten it up and pull up the rest of the way. I have bought this stuff here, 5-6 months ago, maybe longer, and it's just been sitting here. I had a heck of a time even finding a winch. I had it buried on a shelf back there. So what I did order was a V-nose box for the front and a winch. I don't even know what I even bought. I know it was supposed to have like 2 remotes and one of the corded deals you plug in. I ordered a solar panel to put on the top of the box to trickle charge the battery. Hopefully I got the right thing. And let's see, a switch, a shut off, a battery tray. I still have to pick up a deep cycle of battery. I probably have to get some, maybe, I don't even know if this came with, I won't know until I open it up, if it came with any kit to go ahead and wire it up to a battery. I might have to get some terminals. I will have to get, because I didn't buy the rollers for the top, bottom, and the sides for the cable. I did not buy that. I know they sell them at Harbor Freight, and there's other places around here that sell them too. Because I wasn't quite sure what size I'm going to need, or if I'm going to have to cut anything on the front of that. I'm hoping it'll fit underneath or above that bar there. We'll see. And I know I have to relocate the brake battery on there. I've already looked at that about relocating. The wires are gonna be long enough for me to move it and just move it to a different area so I can get at it if I have to replace the battery. And I think it's gonna hold this box out a little bit. I don't even know what I have here. It's been so long. So I'm gonna cut these open and see what I have. All right, I got everything unpacked I ordered, and I'm pretty happy with everything, but the box, I knew it had a couple of dents probably in it because there was some rips in the cardboard, and it just is what it is, you know. I can't have stuff shipped here, big stuff, because we have gated property. They'll leave it lay outside by the road and someone will take it. And we do have an area that they can throw stuff over our wall. We have a bin for small stuff, but something like this, they'll probably damage it. So I had it delivered to my wife's parents' house down the road. And like I said, it still came dinged up, and I just was like, you know, what are you gonna do, return it? So not too happy about that, but it is what it is. So here, I'll show you what I all got here. So the winch, I was trying to figure out what brand. I mean, the stickers are all peeling off. It's been out here in the shop, and you know, it was hot, but they're kind of vinyl stickers. They're not the paper ones, so that ain't so bad if you want to end up peeling them off. I don't see like a brand name unless that is the brand name there. It came with a bunch of stuff here, which I was happy. Didn't even remember what the heck I bought. Comes with, you know, your box for power, I guess, and your winch, 12,000 pound. Now, I went to a place and was going to get a quote just for to have a winch put on, and really right away they want to put a Warren on. It's like $2,400 just for the winch, and I don't need that. That's just, so, you know, your hook, a clevis, some mounting bolts. I don't know if them are supposed to be, I don't know even what that is. I'll check it out. Hopefully no brackets. They gave you, I thought it came with 2 remotes, but I mean 2 of the handheld ones, but I did look at a bunch of them, of these ones, but does come with this joystick one, which is pretty cool. I like it. Fits in your hand, kind of nice. And some more, grounding cable. And it did come with this. I didn't remember, so I have that, and it's very heavy. It even gave you a pair of gloves that one fits, and the other one's kind of smaller. This is the cheap battery tray I bought, which I shouldn't have bought a plastic one. I try to stay away from plastic out here in Arizona because it ends up cracking. But I don't know, that's what I bought. I did opt for the better switch. So I got the switch, it came with some more terminals, some covers, and a bracket, which is nice. And this is the solar panel I want to put on the box just to charge the battery. And I don't know, they give you a nice bag to like put it in to cover it. Like I suppose if you just take it with you to do charging here and there, but I'm just gonna leave it out there and it's just gonna get baked in the sun. So we'll see how that does. And right here, it's kind of hard for you to show you. It's got, you know, some dings. I knew that there was a rip in the box there and there, and all they have, there's no foam or nothing in there, just to, you know, it is what it is. You know, I'm not happy with it, but I knew it kind of came damaged, and to try to send something back. So, like I said, it is what it is. I said this was the only stuff that was keeping it from getting damaged. And like I said, I knew it was some dings in it, probably. You know, but and my wife gets mad. She's like, when I buy stuff, sometimes I'll let it sit for a while, and she's like, you can't return it now. You better make sure that stuff's good, otherwise you're not gonna return it. So, yeah, and I would have rather went down to like a farm store or wherever and bought one, but this was so cheap. I forget what I paid for it. It was so cheap. I figured, what the heck, you know, I didn't want to spend a ton of money on it, so I got dented up stuff. So, all right, let's try to figure this thing out now. Okay, so I got the box relocated to this area. Wasn't too bad of a job except for one of the bolts, self-tappers. You know, I pre-drilled them all, and I had it in there, took it out. And, you know, I had it in there. I drilled one, marked, put the bolt in there. Went in fine. Marked the rest of these, pulled it out, drilled them all, and put it back in and snapped it off. So, of course, I couldn't just grab it with the vice grip. I brought off a cutoff wheel, and I had a cutoff wheel that flat on two sides so it actually would grab it good. So we got that off. And she's mounted in better than what she was, because it was only mounted with 2 bolts here, 2 screws. And these ones, the bottom was hanging on here. And that's just plastic, which plastic goes to crap out here. So it's mounted way better. And under there, I wish when people would build stuff, they would just spend that extra time, like when they cut their pieces off, their angles and stuff, just hit it with a flapper and knock the burrs off, because where they have electrical wires go through, it's sharp. You can cut your finger on it. And so I cleaned it up a little bit, and then I actually put some shrink wrap and extra tape under there and got it, you know, a little more protected. So that's located there now, and I can open up and get it to change the battery or whatever I had to. No big deal, 3 wires. So I'm gonna clean this spot up here, maybe try to touch it up with some paint. Where the screws were in there. There's rusty chips on there from them drilling it, and it was just stuck on there. So I'll clean that up a bit and then start figuring that out to see if this winch is even gonna fit in there above this bar, or my luck, I'll have to cut this bar or something. So we'll go from there. So all right, guys, I kind of got it set up and figured it out. I had it sitting in there, and got my heights 5.5 inches high. The winch has to be. So I need to find a plate of steel, probably like about a 1/2 inch thick piece of steel, 6 inches wide, 11.5 inches long. So I don't think I have anything that big on the rack here. Let's go poke around the yard and see what I have. Oh, I got a bunch of plates in here. That stuff's way too wide. Looks, yeah, I don't know, what is it, like 3/8 and 10 inches. And we got a lot of that. Let's see what else I can find. All right, I got a pile of steel here. Could always cut a tube, but I don't know. Well, I'll measure up what I have here and see. I have some 6x6, 6x8, but I only need 5.5 inches tall. I'd have to cut it. I don't know. Let's see if I have anything else laying around here. There's some angle too, or some I-beam, but that ain't gonna work neither. Not the right size, I don't think so. Let's see, poke around, find some, look around. Oh, I got some, I have some more metal back here. I got stuff all over the place. Ooh, here's a huge chunk. God, that's thick. God, that's 3/4 of an inch thick. That's overkill. That's a lot of cutting for a winch. Let's see what else I got around here. All right, yeah, my plasma table has became a table in the storage area for, there's motors underneath it, and that's ridiculous. Anyways, I got a pile of metal over here, and I thought I had some thick stuff. Let me see here. One of these ends, I might have something. Oop. Here we go. What do we got? Maybe here. Maybe. I don't know. Let's pull that out and look and dig around back there. There's a piece. Maybe I can make something out of that. All right, guys. I have 17.5 inches of 3/8 plate to cut, and I'm going to be using my Benchmark abrasive 5-inch metal stainless steel cut-off wheels. And how many is it going to take? I'm going to go out back behind the shop and go ahead and do this. I got to clear the bench off back there. I got crap piled up on my bench out there, and it's irritating me. I keep wanting to go out there and use it, and I got to get that stuff off, go out there and put my earplugs in and get this cut. All right, that went really quick. I probably was only out here 4 minutes at tops, maybe. Didn't even use much of the wheel. I could only use about 3/8 inch of it. And that's what, 17.5 inch of 3/8 plate. As long as you take your time, no chattering, just keep her nice and smooth. You know, and let the wheel do the work. Like I said, this is Benchmark's abrasive 5-inch type 1 cutting wheel for, what does it say? Metal stainless steel. And then I'm just go ahead and flap her around the edges of this, round it, knock the crap off of it. And this one here, I am going to actually deburr it. I always deburr all my metal, at least so I don't cut myself on it. And that way it's ready to go next time I want to use it. I don't have to sit there and clean it up. All right, let's get her done. All right, I got my holes all punched out. Kind of, sometimes they give you like a template, you know, that'd be kind of nice. I didn't know if they actually even offered a mounting plate. I don't remember finding one. But I probably would have been like, I just make my own, because you don't know how you got to configure it to work. So this will go in there, and then I'll have to cut 2 pieces of flat steel to put in here to weld to bring this up to 5.5, I believe, to here. So we'll get them done, figure that out, and I might go a little wider with the bottom. I probably don't have to, Jesus. You know, it's probably enough. What I got, yeah, 6 inches of weld on each side, and that'd be enough. You know, I could bring this one on an angle and get fancy where it does the pull. Do I have to? We'll see. So I was looking for a couple of plates to put underneath there, and I didn't want to have to cut that other one again. Some more plates. I found this. It is 4x4x1/4. So I'm just going to cut that at, I think it's 5.25 inches. Clean it up. I'm gonna weld that. That'll be even more supportive for the center of that winch. I think that'll be fine. It's gonna have to be. So I got the plate drilled. Everything lines up just fine. You know, I just drilled them a little bigger. Everything's gonna work out good there. And then let me show you in here. Like I said, I got it all lined up. There's enough room for my battery box there. I already checked for the control deal here, for the wires on here and underneath, and I can attach them under here, my 2 to the battery, positive, negative, and I got enough wire for that. The only thing is, like, I'm just gonna cut out for that 4x4 tube down there to come up and weld onto that plate. The only thing I could see it wanting to do is, if it's pulling hard on this side and this side, this thing's gonna wanna twist, but that's a 4x4 1/4 inch plate. and it's only up 5¼ inches, so I think it'll be fine. But you know, 12 ton, I don't know, you have to be really pulling something hard. Something's not going to want to roll as far as a car, so I think maybe it'll be good there. And I'm trying to get this done today. I don't know, daylight burn. All right, guys, we got her cutting. I'm cutting at 5 1/4 instead of 5 1/8. A little bit more up. Like I said, my only concern was with that winch wanting to pull, but that's a short area. It's a lot of material there. But 12,000 pounds is a lot too. But I mean, to pull a car, you know, a person can push a car if it's rolling. If it's really buried and really stuck, you know, I think it'll be all right. You know, of course it's better to get it mounted out farther, but you know, but that's what it is. That's what I'm gonna do. It's cutting real nice. Well, I think it's just about there. You don't want to pull up on it and pinch your blade. A lot of material there. Got a nice, hopefully nice, yeah, it's nice and straight. And bombs away pretty soon. 4, 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Now what I originally was going to do was going to go with 2 plates of steel. I would have had to cut 2 more of these out back. I cleaned it back there. I blew off all my metal off the dust off any of the car, the Corvair that's back there, because it might get some rain on Friday. So like I said, my only concern was when this is on there and the rope is pulling out farther here, it's going to want to twist, you know, it's going to be a little more torque out there. But man, I'm going to weld that all the way around the bottom, so I think we'll be golden. It's going to be fine. All right, guys, this is where I'm at now. It's darker than crap out. I don't know. It's 7 o'clock right about now. I had to make these pieces here, these L's. I bent them out of, I think, 2-inch. And that's gonna hold this piece on there. And I was gonna bolt it. I'll see if I can't get a bolt in there. I'd like to bolt it so I could remove it instead of just welding it. I could just weld it and call it good. I'm laying under there, laying under that thing, overhead welds, in the dark with a flashlight. My helmet's falling off. What else did I do? I don't know. I stopped videoing because I was just trying to get stuff done as quick as I can. I was over at the bench. I welded up the tube real nice. I got that all cut out real nice. I cut the box out nice. It's all filed. It's all flapper disc and filed real nice and smooth. I think that's all good. Once I get this on, I can figure out if I can drill the holes and bolt it would be great, but it's so close to that top bar. I don't know. I'd like to do that, and then I got to get that painted. Then I ended up welding the 2 holes in over there. That was where the battery box originally was. I just welded them in, and then I'll just hit that with a little squirt of paint, I guess. And then I'll sit my box on there, and I get my flashlight. I could weld that in, but I should probably sit my box on there, drill my holes, and I'm just going to bolt it down. I think I'm just going to put those metal self-tappers in there, but I'll drill the holes. Hopefully I don't break any. I could go back and put some bolts in there later. If I was going to do a 3-3 and maybe whatever I can get in there, if I can get some in there, and get that welded in, paint it. If I could get that done, then tomorrow I can get in the morning early, I should be able to get this in and wired up. I called the guy and said I'd be over there for the car between 9 and 10, so I don't know. We'll see. If I had this in the shop a little more, where I could see a little better here, would be great. I could have probably grabbed it with my tractor and swung her in here, but I don't know. It is where it is now. Here's my mess. Like I said, I stopped videoing before because I just kept cranking. I'm like, I got no time to get my camera going here. So, anyways, I don't know. It's hot. but I'll try to get that bolts in. All right, it's 8:30 already. It's going on a bazillion hours today. And of course, I knew I was gonna run out of wire. You know, never fails. A couple of my welds are okay. I'm not very happy with the one that's, I can't even get to it. Over here, I'm gonna clean it up. My side ones are pretty good. I'm standing on my head in here in the dark, and it's gonna be fun getting that back one. I want to at least get these welded and get that painted, so tomorrow morning I can come out here in the morning and try to get it done. Yeah, I'm just burnt out and tired. Well, let's get this wire in here and get going. All right, guys, it is 9:40. I've been up 18 hours, 40 minutes. I got up at 3 this morning. I didn't start working on this about 8, I think. So we got like 12 and a half hours on it, on working on this thing, pretty much. I mean, I did stop and I ran down, just down the road here. I was gone 20 minutes, or the last 15 probably. And did get a deep cycle battery for it and some terminal connections. Other than that, I think I got it all welded in there, and of course I had to run out of I ran out of welding wire, and I knew that was probably going to happen. And it was the back part of that I welded in there. It was all blind, other than the last inch on each side. So it was just blind welding, just really nice and slow. And from what I can see, feel in there, actually kind of seems like I got it all right. So yeah, I think it'll be fine. I could clean it up. I painted it. So tomorrow all I'll have to do is bolt the winch in, bolt the electric panel deal in, connect it, wire it all up, wire the switch. Should be the easy peasy stuff, but you know, you never know. Anyways, that's it. I am burnt out. I'll see you in the morning. All right, I'm back out here early in the morning. What is it? It's 5:30, and going on 4 hours of sleep only. I'm a zombie. But I put this in my battery tray. I have to drill the holes for that, and I already have the screws here for it. I'm gonna try to put them ones in there, and I gotta mount this in there. And I have to see. I guess it just gets right through the outside of the box and mount it in there. I guess I'll have to measure that, make a pattern, because I sure wish I gave you patterns for this stuff. That'd be easy. But I'll get a piece of cardboard, mark my holes, figure out my first hole maybe on the inside, drill it, and then put my template up there, straighten it out, mark my holes, and drill the rest of them. Get that in. Shouldn't be too much work. I put the battery on charge for a few hours yesterday when I was working out here. Some of the stuff came with some terminals, so we should maybe have everything here we need. I don't know what these things were for though. They're for something here. I don't know. I have to look in the little book here. I don't know. Can't be for much. Can't be for much. Extra for that. I don't know. We'll see. Figure out what these are for. Look that up. Maybe. A lot of this book doesn't show much of anything. It's very, very generic-y. Doesn't show a parts breakdown or what the stuff is. I guess you just kind of got to guess. Yeah, I don't know. These little brackets. The only thing I see that they fit on is they hook over this end, and you can tighten it on there. I don't know if it's for putting a cover on it or something. I don't know. Don't know what it's for, but it's the only place. That's what it fits on real nice. You can just take that set screw, loosen it back up, take it off. I don't know. Don't know, don't care at this point. Alright, just got the sun coming up. This is what I'm doing now. I am mounting this. I made a template to mount the electrical box that I plug the remote and or cord in and stuff. And I had to make sure my bar, I had to go above it. I mean, the bar one goes right through here, this here bar. So I try, always think ahead so you don't put a screw in somewhere where you can't get it, you know. And all right, that's where I'm at right now. Okay, I got my box mount in there real nice. That turned out fine. I got my cables in the right spots, and then my black ground cable that goes from underneath to the battery negative. And there's a little black wire here, or dark colored wire that goes underneath there too from this box for a ground, I guess, or negative. So we'll go ahead and get that plastic box screwed down in there and go from there. All right, let me see. Well, it's going on 9, and I think I have everything good in here. I strapped down my cables down there. Here, I got one strap over there and zip tied the black ground negative one to it because I ran out of them. I'm gonna put another one on there when I get some more. I did not have this one here to go on here. I took this one off my run stand for my engines, for my Corvair engines, and I'll go get the correct one that goes on to here and put that one back in my run stand. But other than that, I haven't tried it yet. I mounted my switch there, my kill switch, and I got that strap thing down. So this is strapped. It's very clean, very nice looking. Seems like my cutout's gonna be just fine down there where the cable shouldn't touch nothing. Got all my wires kind of tightened up real nice and neat on here. Okay, I haven't tried anything. I just plugged this in. I turned this on and it lights up. I didn't know if they had to add batteries or pull a little plastic strip out. I haven't tried anything yet. So I'll turn my power on and we'll see. It was pretty simple to put it all in. So either it's gonna work or it's not. I don't know why it wouldn't, but you know. Okay. Turned it on. Don't see no smoke yet. And here's my in and out. Kind of be nice if they had a safety on here. You had to hold it so you don't accidentally hit it. That's would be kind of nice. So I am gonna go out with it and see if it works. Nice. And it goes in. Now I don't know if this will work with this plugged in. It might not. I don't know. There's on and off here. On. Okay. Nice. And the off switch. Turn it off. Doesn't do nothing. Okay. I am happy. I'm happy. I'm happy. I'm happy. And just leave it like that. Good deal. I did something and it all seems to work. Right, buddies? I can call the guy. Maybe we can go pick up a car. I gotta load everything, throw all my tools in here and load up all my blocking, jacks, everything. Maybe we'll go pick up a car. This is awesome. So yeah, let's take a look in there quick. Here we go again, out. Why is it doing that now? Why isn't it free? Out. Seemed like it popped out. There you go. Maybe I didn't have it engaged all the way. Anyways, yeah. So, all right, guys, that pretty much wraps up installing this winch. Hoist. So installing this winch here. Everything went good. It works like it should. Yeah, I should be a salesman, eh? It was an Amazon winch. I'm very happy with it. And I said I was trying to get it all put in that yesterday, and I ended up working late. Got it finished the next morning, got up early, wired it all up, everything worked like it should. Less than 4 hours of sleep. And I was trying to get it done to go pick up another vehicle. And I was hoping the guy, you know, because it was maybe I'll get it, maybe I won't get it. And then, yeah, right after I just got this done, I got a call from him. Yeah, come on over. When are you going to be here? And it's an hour drive there. And it took me an hour to get everything loaded up, the trailer loaded, get everything loaded up, and get over there to get this vehicle. Now, this vehicle is a big, heavy vehicle. Let's see, about 1,000 pounds more than a Corvair. And it was buried, flat tires. I couldn't pull up to it. It was like the driveway was this way, and it was parked this way, and there was a house here. So I literally had to jackknife my trailer and take this car with flat tires buried in the mud. It would not hold air. The front rims were locked up, and I had to pull it. Pull my truck forward, re-jackknife the trailer, pull it. And I was, you know, I was kind of worried about, you know, my work there. You know, I was testing my welds. I wish I had made it a 2-part single, I guess you call it, where you got a block so you could double it, you know, but that's 12,000 pounds direct pull. So, I mean, it yanked it out with no problem. I had to, you know, of course, put my emergency brake on my truck, and I chalked my truck tires and the trailer tires because it was pulling pretty hard. So it did what it was supposed to do. I still have to go ahead and put the solar panel on there and change my wire in there. I stole mine for a run stand for the negative, and I gotta go get one and put that in there. And then I did get I gotta get some black caulk to go ahead and caulk. There's a little bit of gap down on the bottom. Probably wouldn't hurt in case it would have some rain, but I might pop a couple holes in there for 2 holes or something in case some water got in it, but maybe caulk that up. I'll get some black caulk. And in the back here where I cut this slot out, I want to just bend a little piece of sheet metal, paint it black, and rivet it, maybe caulk it and rivet it across there, just to deflect the water if it came down the box and go inside that cut for the cable. So I used it. It worked great. I was by myself, so the remote was awesome. It was a 4-hour job to dig this car out by myself. And to line it up and get it on there. I had one shot to get it on this trailer, and because otherwise I wasn't backing up, I wasn't moving it. And so that will be in the next video we're posting, picking up this car. I'm not going to let you know what it was, but it's a super badass car, I think, and I got it for free. So was it worth the trip? Well, you have to watch and see. Watch that little episode about picking up this vehicle. So let me know what you think about it. I'm happy with it, you know. Wasn't that inexpensive of a winch. It says 12,000 pounds. I got it on Amazon. And I just bought everything off Amazon, other than the battery and the terminal wire, one terminal wire, I guess, for most part. So, yeah. Let me know what you think. Put your comments below. Please subscribe to our channel. That would be great. Be really appreciated. I enjoy welding and fabricating, doing stuff, but not rushing it and working all those hours late just to rush to get it done. But I'm glad it's done, because now I get a car I got to go pop and get. If I break down somewhere, maybe I get Jill to, yeah, you know, it depends what vehicle is breaking down, but at least I got a trailer with a winch. I could go help somebody else. So anyways, that's it. I'm going to stop rambling, and I guess we'll see you on the next episode if you're watching it. And that's about it. Thanks for watching. Bink's Corvair Addiction.